And joining us now, Pennsylvania Democratic Congressman Brendan Boyle, ranking member of the House Budget Committee. Congressman, it's great seeing you. I thank you for your time. So I know that Democrats just held a meeting about the funding bill and this possible shutdown. What came out of that meeting?
Well, we have total unity on the Democratic side. The reality is about 36 hours from now, the government will run out of money and will shut down unless Speaker Johnson allows a vote on the House floor for the very bill that he negotiated and that Republicans agreed to. All of this problem was really started about 24 hours ago when Elon Musk went on his platform and repeatedly bashed the agreement, the bipartisan agreement that Democrats and Republicans agreed to. It's time for Speaker Johnson and House Republicans to stand up. They're the ones who are elected, not Elon Musk. It's time for them to stand up, be true to their word, allow us to keep this government funded and do the work of the American people.
So, look, the president-elect has been very clear in these last 24 hours that that is his position as well, not just Elon Musk, but that is his position, adding the whole debt ceiling issue. But I'm just wondering, so, Congressman, for us that are outside of Capitol Hill, how does something like a CR get negotiated? Who is in on the negotiations? And why does it seem that for Republicans, certainly the Trump world Republicans, this was almost like a surprise?
Yeah, so first, typically large bills such as this are negotiated by what's called the four corners. House Democrats, House Republicans, Senate Democrats, Senate Republicans. There are many people involved. Certainly nothing in that bill should have come as a surprise to Donald Trump or people close to him. One would presume, and we had every indication, that Speaker Mike Johnson and his Republican leadership team were keeping the president-elect informed. The reality, though, is Donald Trump doesn't always make clear to them what exactly he wants. Even yesterday, it was hours and hours of Elon Musk alone out there on Twitter, on his platform, bashing this, and then finally, some hours later, Donald Trump finally broke his silence and came out against it. So that has been a problem that I saw before when the first time Donald Trump was president. Even at the last second, once he came out against a bill his own Treasury Secretary had negotiated. So unfortunately, this chaos and confusion and dysfunction is the hallmark of a Trump presidency.
So what do you think is going to happen midnight Friday, tomorrow?
Well, one of two things will happen. Either Republicans will be true to their word, actually put the bill on the House floor and allow us to vote on this bipartisan agreement,
which seems pretty probable, right?
Or there will be a government shutdown. The decision is theirs.
And Congressman, just your thoughts on this whole the debt ceiling issue. It's unusual, I think, to see President-elect Trump and Elizabeth Warren agreeing on something. What's your position on that, and why is that a position that should be talked about?
Well, this is an issue that I've worked on now for a decade. I am the author of the Debt Ceiling Reform Act. I have always believed that we need to permanently resolve this issue. I think the whole concept of the debt ceiling is actually an accident of history and potentially quite dangerous. But why are we talking about something that actually doesn't come due until next summer? We have a possible government shutdown. In fact, right now, I'd say probable government shutdown facing us in 36 hours. So let's deal with keeping the government funded first, and then we have time in 2025 to deal with the debt ceiling.
So if it seems as though the Republicans were not able to put this bill, this 1,540-page bill, to a vote because of all the things that we've been talking about, if that's not a probability, what do you think? I mean, shutdown is fait accompli?
Well, let's not forget the longest government shutdown in American history was when Donald Trump was president. And it ended when he finally did a 180 and allowed us to actually push forward with a bipartisan agreement. I think that's the way this is going to end. The question is, how much pain will the American people have to endure beforehand?